Okay, ABDC Nation, what's going on? It's your boy Ant M, aka Anthony Marshall, aka Tune the Dancer. So we just had J Lo week. I think this is what, week 5 or something, and we still got 6 people on the show, 6 crews. Um, Before I kind of start off everything, I want to just give a couple. I actually want to give out my shout outs right now because I always try to do it at the end and I always screw up. So big up to blogging the whole blogging ABDC team for actually kind of putting my link on the website. I really appreciate that, y'all. Big up to Nancy and Dirtface and Ninja Boy, all them. Really appreciate that, and really means a lot to me. So thank you so much for that. Definitely want to shout out my dance crew, Poison Clan. Yes, I have a dance crew. In fact, hopefully pretty soon I should be putting up some videos of us kind of kicking it, doing our thing and stuff like that. A couple of choreo videos. We're gonna be working on it here. So, but anyways, let's get to J Lo week here. So this was actually a fairly well done week. You know, I didn't know what they were gonna do challenge wise. I think the challenges have been kind of, for lack of a better word, corny for the last couple, for pretty much the whole season. So most of the challenges are based on stuff that J Lo kind of has done throughout her careers, where she came from, and stuff like that. So it's actually kind of dope. Actually, I actually enjoyed the challenges this week, mainly because they were a lot different than what you usually see. Yeah, you know, they've all every it seems like every crew has gone backwards, played as basketball players, had to use chairs. What else? Just everything. Change clothes. It's really corny. Like it's gotten corny so much, but yeah, these challenges were really well done. But let's go ahead and get into it here. So the first crew saved is 8 Flavors. No surprise there that they kind of almost got a free pass for kind of what they've been kind of dealing with there. So unfortunately, as you all well may know, Angel Gibbs' mom passed away actually maybe about a day after the taping of last week. So she wasn't she's not going to be performing this week. But anyway, they get the basically they get the song "Let's Get Loud," which is okay. But anyway, the challenge is kind of based on like how she loves Miami, which I guess that's kind of cool. So anyway, I guess her boyfriend or choreographer, they didn't even say anything about it, but anyway, she Casper something, I can't remember his name, but he comes off and he, starts kind of giving them extra moves and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool to see that. It's a very interesting turn of events here. Let's get into it. The performance gets the award for probably the ugliest outfits ever in the history of life. No little girl should be wearing that. They were so horrid. Like it was like I can't remember. Kara Swan, I think she's the wardrobe person, but man, she slipped. But anyway, the performance once again, like these crews do a great job of really starting off the show. I haven't seen a episode where it just started out really just crappy. Like it maybe the first episode, but that's about it. But otherwise, man, it's always been good. The start has. Anyway, they do this one thing because they have to perform with like trumpets and stuff like that, and they have to kind of do the whole Latin thing. I can't remember old girl's name, but she once again she's the most athletic in the crew probably. Gets on her hands, does a handstand, and does this whole salsa thing with her hands. I didn't understand. I didn't see. I didn't know the hell it was at first, but after you saw it, it was pretty dope. I mean, they 8 Flavors. They had to bounce back after last week because I kind of understand last week bummed them out, but they came back in a big way. So I'm really proud of them. They did a great job tonight. Let's go with Most Wanted crew. They're the second crew that has been saved. Anyways, Most Wanted is kind of losing steam for me. They just are, and I know there's fans and stuff like that, but the last week they didn't do all that hot, and this week it was still, like I said, they do great performances, but they're starting to lose like a layer of pill a little bit. They kind of remind me of a kind of like a Cabo Modern thing almost. It's weird because they kind of lost their pill near the end of their run, and I think Most Wanted is starting to lose theirs a little bit. They get the newest J Lo song like always, but it's what is it, On the Floor or whatever, and their challenges they have to do the dance on the floor. I really have no idea what that has to do with J Lo, but you know, to each his own. So the choreo is still amazing. Like let's just say that. Let's just get that out the way. Their choreo is still they're still the best crew choreo wise. I don't care what you think, that they just are. You know, their choreo is still strong, but I didn't get the concept of it. They were kind of like dressed like tuners or whatever like that, factory workers. I don't know what the heck they were going for, but I don't know what that has to do with on the floor. But I mean, the choreo was good. The ground challenge was actually pretty freaking awesome. I liked it. I know a lot of people didn't, but I thought it was kind of cool. But this seems like the first episode where just everybody messed up. Like every crew seems like they had one person that was kind of off on the choreo at one point in time, and I don't know who it was in A Play. It was just something looked off of them. Ricky actually kind of screwed up near the front of the stage, so that wasn't really cool to see. But otherwise, pretty decent performance. Once again, they still are losing their appeal a little bit. They got to do something like phenomenal. And as much as I hate to say it, I don't know if they got it in them. I mean, they're a great crew, but I really don't. I'm starting to doubt them a little bit. So yeah, call me a hater. I don't know. Third crew saved is Electrolytes. Like this is Electrolytes is starting to kind of get up there now. You know, they had a really awesome performance last week. Last week, Chris came back for the first time, killed it. So they get right, which is a Jello song I can actually kind of dig with. But you know, once again with Electrolytes, I'm still not getting the angle. Are you b-boys? Are you stuntmen? You know, I can't tell the difference to y'all. Do I put y'all in the same group as Massive Monkey, Super Crew, and Quest Crew, or do I put y'all in the same group as like 787 GOP and Status Quo? What do we do here? You know. But anyway, I think they're kind of a great mix actually. But for their challenge, they have to create kind of a subway here. So that's kind of cool. I don't think we've ever had that challenge before, but they you know, I guess they even put a little story into it, which was kind of cool. I can't remember I can't remember guy's name, but he ended up kind of dressing like a geek, and then everybody else was kind of dressed kind of hardcore, looking like a bums and stuff like that. And you know, the subway, they did a really cool thing. Casper, they had to end up throwing another challenge in where they gave up, like where they had to put canes in the performance or something like that, and you know, create a subway at the same time. So it was kind of cool, and they did a great job. You actually have to see the video to kind of get it. I wish I could just upload it right now, but it was dope. They really did a great job of creating a subway. The stunts were on point. One of the guys is kind of annoying me with the stunts because he keeps on doing the same freaking flip every single time, and I'm not impressed anymore. I wish he'd kind of like change up or something. But anyway, dude, this dude that's kind of dressed as a geek ends up being like a cop or something like that, and ends up just kind of kicking the crap out of everybody. Literally, it's probably the best fight choreography I think I'd ever seen on the stage so far, because there's a couple crews that done fight choreography, and for lack of a better word, most of them suck. Saltare, I'm looking at you. Rhythm City, I'm looking at you too. But this one was pretty well done. But anyway, this was actually probably my favorite performance actually of the night. It was just really good. They're coming up. Electrolytes is doing big things, man. I'd actually like to see them go to, you know, I think they might be a third place crew now. I don't know, but we'll see. So they kind of split it up. They got the three top and the three bottom. So let's go with the three bottom. It's a three-way fight for the bottom, and Collision is first. Everybody knows that's my. If you've been watching my videos and my reviews, this is my favorite crew. So I'm definitely rooting for them more so than RNG and Fanny Pack. I still kind of like Fanny Pack, not a big RNG fan. Anyway, they have to b-boy in the performance. Now, once again, if you don't know Collision Crew was actually named for their collision of styles. Crumping, flexing, popping, locking. B-boying is not one of them, and they have to do it in this performance. And they have to do it even worse. They have to do it to Jenny from the block. So, whatever the case, not a bad performance. Last Southern crew that had to do b-boy moves was Strikers All Stars, and if you can remember, that performance was probably easily their worst, and they got knocked out because of it. I enjoyed this performance. The only thing that bothered me was the fact that like 4 or 5 of the members actually looked like Jam Master Jay. They were rocking the track jacket and the fedora, and it was cool and everything. But like, I couldn't tell which one was which because four of them looked like Jam Master Jay. Literally, like this is true. This is a true story. You know what I mean? But anyway, one of the cats, this really sucks that I don't know nobody's name, but my man hit the ground and did this like knee moonwalk thing, this knee glide. It was dope. That was probably the best part of the performance. Performance itself, not the best, far from the worst though. It was a good performance. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So next up is RNG, and they get doing it well. And their move, and it's funny because this is definitely Jennifer Lopez here. They have to do the whole fly girl thing by doing moves from the 90s. Kind of run out of time here, but performance itself, everybody was cheering so hard during the performance. It kind of pisses me off because literally nobody was cheering for Collision when they were doing their thing, but everybody was screaming out throughout RNG's entire performance. Listen, no offense, it just was not that good to me. Like the choreo was on point. This is the cleanest I'd ever seen RNG. But when you have choreo crews like Most Wanted and Fanny Pack, and this is their strongest, that's rated Next Generation's strongest suit. And you look at that. I don't think Rated Next Generation is that great of a crew anymore. You know what I mean? Because the one thing that makes them great, two other crews can do what they do better, which is just choreo. And so that's kind of like their Achilles heel because I'm not finding their choreo very interesting anymore. It was clean. It was cleaner than usual. And the 90s moves were good, but like the solos, man, Rated Next Generation really needs to work on their solos because old girl got in the middle at the start of the performance, and I don't understand what she was doing because she wasn't really dancing. It was more like she was like posing or something, and it was kind of lame. But whatever, people were cheering and thinking they killed it. I didn't. So this was probably the weakest performance for me tonight. But finally, we have Fanny Pack, who is in the bottom again. What are y'all people doing out there? Like, is nobody's liking Fanny Pack or anything anymore? Like, seriously? Like, I think they're great. Like, and I think after last week, I'm more impressed because they're kind of still the same Fanny Pack we know and love from season 2. But whatever. I guess people ain't feeling them no more, and that's kind of upsetting almost. Anyway, they have to change clothes throughout their performance, and they have oh man, I can't remember what song they had. They had some weird J-Lo song. But anyway, they have to kind of change clothes throughout the performance, and I can't really think of what their I know their challenge was they had to change clothes, but I just can't remember the song to save my life right now. I know it's something fast, and I just wish I could remember it, but I can't. Anyway, they're doing the thing. They look weird. The performance started off real slow because they got the suits on, and then they got these like weird TV masks. It's really fanny packish, super fanny packish, if you will. And like after my man Bo finally kind of takes off his clothes, and he's got the whole colorful fanny pack garb and whatnot. They do this. It's weird. It's almost like magic after how they take off their clothes because I never see how they do it. But because the only people I ever see take off their clothes is Bo, who starts taking off his clothes before everybody, and then Preston, who's the last person to take off his clothes, and everybody just kind of rips it. It was really actually pretty cool. It was a great performance. I didn't know what they were going for at first because it was really robotic at first, but I guess that's kind of what they were going for. And then when they kind of had the fanny pack colorful garb, it was really dope. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. But anyway, everybody was cheering for Fanny Pack. I was too, because that was really conceptual. I actually love the concept of what they went ahead and did. It was really cool. Um, but waiting for tonight. That's what the song was. Huh? I knew I'd get it, but but anyway, so RNG is saved first, and I still don't know why because they just were the weakest tonight, easily by far. And then Fanny Pack is saved by no question. So we kind of all knew Collision Crew was gonna go home. I mean it's getting tougher now because like now you got 5 crews and I don't know who's going home. Like I just don't. I wish I had a bottom 2 for the week, and I really don't. The only 2 crews I think that are gonna be in the bottom, or the crews that I would put in the bottom, is probably 8 Flavors And this is not because they're bad. No, nobody did bad tonight. But if I had to make a prediction, Eight Flavors is facing Rated Next Generation next week for Pitbull Week. And I'm gonna kind of, this is gonna be a match that everybody kind of wants to see. I'm not a big RNG. I mean, RNG's kind of lost me a little bit, so I'm kind of hoping they get knocked out because the other crews are kind of doing their thing, and I'm kind of waiting for Most Wanted to come back. But, anyways, Pitbull Week next week. Tune in, check it out. Of course, my review is going to be coming. Oh yeah, check out my tournament. I'm doing a tournament on ABDC. Who's the best crew ever? Check it out. I got the link in the comments box, so definitely check it out. Next week, y'all. Peace.